Hello students, we are again here with another video of quotation compound where we will discuss about the crystal field theory. What is the crystal field theory? Before discussing the crystal field theory, I told you several things in previous class. Okay, where I have told something that what is the valence bond theory, what is the postulates of valence bond theory and limitations and magnetic properties, etc., etc. But in this theory, we will discuss the metal and the ligand bond. In the previous theory, we had the knowledge about the metal ligand bond is a pure covalent in nature. But in this theory is based on the electrostatic model. This theory is based on electrostatic model. And this electrostatic model tells us about that the metal and the ligand, the interaction between the metal and the ligand is purely ionic in nature. Purely ionic. Simply you can say the metal ligand bond or metal ligand interaction is purely ionic. Okay. So this theory explain the electrostatic interaction or electrostatic model where the metal and the ligand assume as a point charge. Okay, here you can see that what metal and the ligand, where the metal is the positive point charge and ligand is the negative point charge. So students, you can see here and the metal is interacted with the ligand with the purely ionic interaction, and for ionic interaction there should be positive charge and negative charge present between the what interaction. So here you can see the metal ion carry the positive charge and the ligand carry the negative charge. But what about this neutral ligand? How can neutral ligand bonded with the metal ion? As you said that what the metal ligand bond is purely electrostatic or ionic. But in case of the neutral ligand, there is no charge present. So how can these ligands bonded with the metal ion? So students, let us start about. In a previous video or in previous classes, I have given some examples of the tetrahedral, octahedral, and square planar geometries of the quotation compounds, where the metal is surrounded by different number of the ligands. As you can see here, the 6 ligand is surround the metal ion. Surround the metal ion form a octahedral complex. And here each ligand behave as a point charge. And if there is an anionic ligand, then there is no problem, because metal ion, always we know that the metal ion is a positive point charge. Because this metal ion is made up from transition metals, and metals always carry the positive charge, as you know. Metals always carry what? Positive charge. That's why this metal ion is a positive point charge, and the surrounded ligands are what? Are the negative point charge. But in case of the neutral ligands, like NH3, ammonia, H2O, NH3, ethylene, diamine, pyridine, etc., all the neutral ligands. These neutral ligands create, and these neutral ligands are polar in nature, like the H2O. Suppose here you can see the H2, the structure of H2O is like this, where the oxygen is bonded with the 2 electropositive atoms, and the Oxygen is what? Oxygen is an electronegative atom. So this oxygen atom pulls the electron towards itself, and what? And bears a partial negative charge and left the partial positive charge at the hydrogen atom. At the hydrogen atom, as you can see here. So students, you can see here there is a dipole created by these two bonds, and you can see that, and I have already told you that those compounds which have two poles in the form of the partial negative and partial positive are known as what? Dipole, and the molecule is known as what? Polar molecule, and the bond which form between these atoms are known as polar covalent bond. What? Polar covalent bond. So simply this bond is a polar covalent bond, and you can see here the partial negative charge and partial positive charge present in both NH3 and H2O, which is a neutral ligand, and when these ligand bonded with the metal ion, then the negative part acts as the point charge. So simply, if there is a neutral ligand which bonded with the metal ion, then the dipole, then the interaction between the metal ligand is what? Metal ion dipole interaction. In case of metal and neutral ligand, there is an interaction that is known as what? Ion dipole interaction, which we have already discussed in class 11, chapter number 5, states of matter, where I told you that the types of the van der Waals force, where I told what? Dipole interaction, London force, dispersion force, dipole induced dipole interaction, ion dipole interaction, etc. So students, in such type of the interaction, the metal behave as an ion, simply ion, it is already an ion, and the ligand is a dipole. And the interaction between them is ion dipole interaction. And in case of the anionic ligand, there is no problem, because metal ion possesses what? Metal ion possesses positive charge, and the ligand ion possesses what? Ligand possesses the negative charge, and the interaction between the positive and negative charge creates an electrostatic model, and bonded with the electrostatic interaction, which is known as what? Electrovalent bond or ionic bond simply. So crystal field theory tells us that the interaction between the metal and the ligand is purely ionic, and that's why the model which created by the geometry of any complex is created by the metal. Simply, any geometry of complex represents the electrostatic model. So students, here remember one thing, that what? Metal is behave as a point charge, a positive point charge, and ligand behave as a negative point charge. Okay. So what about the neutral case? In the neutral case, there is a dipole. Dipole acts as a negative charge, and the interaction between them will be what? Ion dipole interaction. That's it. So students, listen carefully. In the case of the metal, it simply if there is any metal ion is present, let me inform you that what? If any metal ion, suppose this metal ion carry an positive charge, and if any ion is present in space, then it creates a uniform symmetrical electrical field. So here you can see the metal ion, individual metal ion creates a spherical symmetrical uniform electric field. What is this one? A spherical symmetrical uniform electric field around itself. Electric field. A spherical symmetrical uniform electric field which is created by this metal ion, and if there is any kind of the ion is present in this space in the free form, then what? Then it will create what? a spherical, symmetrical, uniform electric field. And as you know that this metal ion is a transition metal. Transition metal, and the transition metal possesses what? Transition metals always possess the d orbital. D orbital, and d orbital contains 5 orbitals: dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square, y square, and dz square. The 5 d orbitals. These 5 d orbitals, when present in uniform symmetrical spherical electric field, then their energy is equal. Then their energy is equal. And when the orbitals having the equal energy, known as degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbital. So if metal ion is present in spherical, symmetrical, uniform electric field, then their d orbitals, have what? Equal energy. And that orbitals which have the same kind of the energy, or same amount of energy, or same quantity of energy, is known as what? Degenerate orbital. And the phenomenon and the property is known as degeneracy. Here, degeneracy. The property is known as what? Degeneracy. Degeneracy means what? The property of the orbitals. The orbitals which have the same energy are known as what? Degenerate orbital, and the property is known as what? Degeneracy. And this degeneracy retain when the ligands uniformly attack on the metal ion. If the ligands attack uniformly on the metal ion, then this degeneracy will not disturb. But this is not true. So students, as you know that the ligands are bonded with the metal ion by different lattice sites, by different lattice points. That's why their uniformity or their degeneracy disturbed when the ligands gets attached with the metal ion. Okay, when ligands get attached with the metal ion, their uniform electric field, or simply their spherical, symmetrical, uniform electric field will be disturbed, and that's why that asymmetrical or unsymmetrical unsymmetrical electric field splits the d orbitals. Simply you can say what? If the ligands approach the metal ion, then the degeneracy of d orbitals removed. And the d orbital splits. Into 2 sets of orbitals of different energy. That one is the Eg and T2g. These are the types of the d orbital. When d orbital splits into 2, suppose करो, आप देखोगे क्या? Here you can see the Eg orbital contains what? 2 orbitals, and the T2g orbital contains 3 orbitals, and they are different in their energy. And due to difference of energy, these simply you can say that what? By the approaching of the ligand on the metal ion, the degeneracy of the d orbital removed, and the d orbital splits into 2 sets of orbitals. 2 sets of orbitals having the different energy, and the phenomenon of splitting of d orbital is known as crystal field splitting. What is crystal field splitting? Crystal field splitting is the splitting of d orbital by approaching of the ligand in the uniform symmetrical electric field of the metal ion. Okay, simply when ligands come to approach the metal ion, then the uniformity of electric field of metal ion degenerate or simply disturbed, and therefore the degeneracy of d orbital will be disturbed, and that's why they will split into 2 different set of orbitals. That one is the Eg and T2g, and Eg carry what? 2 orbitals, and T2g carries what? 3 orbitals, and they are the 2 sets of orbitals having the different energy, and this splitting is known as crystal field splitting. And this crystal field splitting we will discuss in two different geometry or two different entities, coordination entities. That one is the octahedral entity and tetrahedral entity. So what will the next heading? The next heading will be the crystal field is splitting in octahedral coordination compound. That thing we will discuss in next video. Okay. For today this is enough. So listen carefully, students. Do a quick review. Do a numerical on this topic and read and learn this topic and make a proper note on this. Okay. Thank you.